Hey there, Steelers Nation. Before we dive into today's massive update, let me just say this team is constantly pushing to improve and get back to championship form, whether it's shaking up the roster or making bold, long-term decisions. The Steelers are clearly going all-in for 2025, and if you're as passionate about this journey as we are, hit that like button right now, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of black and gold news. Now let's talk about a controversial take from someone very close to the franchise and what it means for TJ Watt, Aaron Rodgers, and the future of this team. Let's not sugarcoat this. What was said by Patrick Rooney Jr., a member of the Rooney family, has sent shockwaves across Steelers Nation. In a recent appearance on the Palm Beach Kennel Club show, Rooney Jr. didn't mince words when asked about the Steelers' contract dispute with TJ Watt. His quote, "TJ is a great player, great Steeler. Insane to pay him anything right now. Absolutely insane. He's 31 years old. Wow, that's not just a hot take. That's gasoline on the fire during an already tense negotiation. Especially when we're talking about one of the most dominant edge rushers in the league, a former Defensive Player of the Year, and the heart and soul of this defense." But let's pause for a second. Rooney Jr. isn't in the front office. This isn't Art Rooney to making this statement. But still, when a member of the family that owns the team publicly calls it insane to pay a face-of-all franchise player like Watt, it raises real concerns about how united the organization truly is behind the scenes. Now here's what we know. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that the Steelers still want TJ Watt here. So let's be clear. As of now, there is no intention to trade Watt, despite multiple teams reportedly reaching out to Pittsburgh. Following his minicamp holdout, Fowler added that these are complicated deals to do. It's guaranteed money, and its term length. A lot of the details get sticky this time of year, especially as you're leading into training camp. The Steelers traditionally handle extensions for their stars just before Week 1, so we're not in panic mode just yet. But with the opener against the Jets looming on September 7th, and Watt still without a new deal, things could get tense fast, especially if Myles Garrett's $160 million contract or Micah Parsons' possible extension reset the market even higher. Watt's camp is watching closely, and every day the Steelers delay, the price might rise. NFL insider Adam Schefter weighed in during ESPN's Unsportsmanlike program this week, and his tone was cautiously optimistic. "I'm not ready to say anything like that right now on July 8th. If we get to August 8th and it's still not resolved, well, that becomes a little bit more interesting. And if it gets to September 8th, that's a big problem." Translation, we're in the calm before the storm. But if training camp comes and goes without Watt on the field, that's when the alarms start blaring. Remember, Watt pulled a similar move in 2021, showing up to camp but not fully participating until he got the deal he wanted. We might see a repeat of that approach this year. Here's where it gets tricky. You've got a 31-year-old edge rusher still playing at an elite level, but with concerns about age, health, and guaranteed money. You've got a team that's in win-now mode after adding Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey, and others. And yet, no deal, Rooney Jr.'s comment suggests. Some voices within the ownership circle are concerned about committing big money to a player in his 30s, even one as iconic as Watt. But from a football standpoint, you just can't go all in on 2025 and leave your best defensive player hanging, while the Watt situation brews off the field. Let's talk about something that should get every Steelers fan fired up, and that's the budding connection between Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. Former NFL Network host Kay Adams went all in on her show this week, saying this might be the best long ball, deep ball situation in the game between Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. She cited Rodgers' elite deep accuracy and Metcalf's physical dominance as a perfect storm. And she's not wrong. Rodgers ranked 4th in the NFL last year in passer rating on throws of 20 yards. Metcalf has hovered around 1,000 yards every season, and now he's the unquestioned WR1 in Pittsburgh. And with George Pickens shipped off to Dallas, the Steelers are betting big on DK to fill the highlight reel void. And let's be honest, Rodgers to Metcalf just feels like it could be magical. Think Rodgers to Davante Adams vibes, but with even more size and speed. Adams closed her segment saying, "Now he has Aaron Rodgers, I'm smashing the over 4 DK this year. Let's hope that translates into fireworks on Sundays. Interestingly, Metcalf himself admitted he would have liked to play alongside Pickens. I would have loved to play with George Pickens, just to see how he was as a teammate and what I could learn from him. But now, the room belongs to Metcalf. With Calvin Austin 3-slotted as the WR2 and the tight end room still sorting itself out, the pressure is on. DK has to be the guy, every week, every quarter, every drive. Can he do it? If Rodgers stays healthy and the offensive line holds up, this offense could explode. And after years of underwhelming quarterback play, Steelers fans deserve to see some big-time offense in the Steel City. Again, the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't wait around this offseason. Omar Khan and company came out swinging, and one of the boldest moves was the trade that sent Minkah Fitzpatrick to Miami in exchange for Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith. Let that sink in. The Steelers gave up a foundational piece in Fitzpatrick, a player who's been the anchor of the secondary since 2019, and they brought in a 30-year-old corner with Hall of Fame potential and a reliable red zone threat at tight end. Now, love or hate the move, one thing is clear. The Steelers' front office believes this roster is ready to compete. This isn't a rebuild. This is win-now mode. And with Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, and a hungry defense, the pressure is on. We all love Big Ben. His insight holds weight in Steelers Nation. But on his latest episode of Footballin' with Ben Roethlisberger, he threw a bit of cold water on the Ramsey hype. I would imagine he'll play in the nickel, Roethlisberger said. Bring him inside a little bit of that, because is he the same dude that he was as a lockdown corner outside? I don't think Ben isn't saying Ramsey can't contribute, but he's questioning if Ramsey can still play outside corner at an elite level. And honestly, it's a fair question. Ramsey turns 31 this season. His speed isn't quite what it was in Jacksonville or during that Super Bowl run with the Rams. That's natural. Time hits everyone in the NFL. But this isn't a panic situation. It's about role. The good news. The Steelers already have Joey Porter Jr. and Darius Slay on the outside, to physical, aggressive, and proven cover corners. That gives Pittsburgh the flexibility to move Ramsey around the field, turning him into a hybrid weapon. Nickel, slot, even deep safety reps. It's all on the table. This is where it gets exciting. Remember, Ramsey himself said in past interviews that he wants to be used like Charles Woodson, a versatile, do-it-till DB who can line up anywhere and change the game. He did a bunch of different stuff, and he affected the game in so many different ways. Ramsey once said of Woodson, "That's kind of what I want to do." So no, maybe he's not shut down Yalen anymore on the outside. But as a Swiss Army knife, he could be deadly. With Mike Tomlin's creativity and Terrell Austin pulling the strings, don't be surprised. If Ramsey becomes the X-factor of this defense, let's also not ignore what Ramsey brings off the field. You've got Joey Porter Jr. entering his 3rd year, and now he gets to learn from 2 vets in Ramsey and Slay. That's mentorship money can't buy. And when it comes to locker room leadership, Ramsey is no diva. He wants to win, and he knows. His legacy is on the line in Pittsburgh. Depth could become an issue if injuries pile up, but right now, the top 3 corners look locked in. And that's something fans should feel confident about. Look as exciting as Ramsey, Rodgers, and Metcalf are. There's one massive priority that still hasn't been resolved. And you know what? I'm talking about TJ Watt's contract extension. Watt has been the heartbeat of this defense since he entered the league. He's a former defensive player of the year, and let's face it, the Steelers simply don't win without him. Since 2017, the numbers are crystal clear. No Watt, no wins. Fans are starting to sweat, though. As of today, Watt still hasn't signed that extension. And while reports say the team wants him back, the fact that it's dragging into mid-July is not ideal. Here's the reality. If this team is serious about chasing a title with his current roster, Watt has to be locked in. So here's the bottom line, folks. The Steelers are betting big on the present. They've brought in Rodgers, added Metcalf, overhauled the defense, and now they need to finalize the most important piece, locking in TJ Watt. But with internal voices like Patrick Rooney Jr. calling it insane to pay Watt, we're seeing tension between old-school thinking and win-now urgency, and then there's the potential of Rodgers to Metcalf lighting up the AFC North. Could this finally be the year the Steelers break their playoff drought? Now I want to hear from you. Should the Steelers pay T.J. Watt and make him the highest-paid edge rusher in the NFL, or are his best days behind him? Is the Rodgers-Metcalf connection about to take over the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't hold back. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Steelers, exclusives, insider updates, and bold predictions as we march toward the 2025 season. Let's ride, Steelers Nation!